Dear colleagues, I would like to present to your attention our study that made together with my colleagues from Italy regarding misinformation detection, and especially we considered unsupervised approach for misinformation detection in Russian-Ukrainian war news. Misinformation was always throughout the human history. However, only after 2016 USA president election, misinformation have become one of the biggest problem of the modern digital society. We can say now that large-scale misinformation companies carry out by government or by some country or a big corporation can affect and can change public opinion. Misinformation can affect social division, public health, economic, but the most dangerous misinformation is in the political area. Now, in the January 2023, the European Council has recognized misinformation, especially the one carried out by Russia, as a long-term challenge for European democracies and society. There are a lot of approach for misinformation detection that can be divided regarding to the data sources, the data collection, the approaches. But in our study, our aim is to develop an AI-based approaches for detecting misinformation in news articles from established outlets covering the Russian-Ukraine war. Regarding this topic, we faced with some challenges. First of all, we consider misinformation that produced by web news outlet. Consequently, we can consider the propaganda features that can be used when we studied misinformation on social networks. Then we consider misinformation that published by established outlet. It means that all articles are well written, long, and when we face with misinformation or fake news, this kind of articles mimics real news. And the next challenge was that we consider this topic during ongoing war. It means that impossible fact-checking, a lot of fog of war effect, and a lot of bias in the sources. Consequently, we can't use some annotated dataset, fake truth annotated dataset, and consequently, we have to apply unsupervised analysis. Our first step was the selected website sources. We selected some web sites from Ukraine. It's Ukraine from Censornet, from Russia Today News Front, from European region, the USA region, and these outlets were Al Jazeera and Traitor. The next step, we selected some special events or special topics related to Russian-Ukraine war during the time from the February of 2022 to the August the 2022. We selected some events, well-known events and events that covered by a big amount of publication. For instance, some event or topic was like beginning of the war, Bucci, massacre and nuclear terrorism, and so on. Our data set include more than 16,500 articles from all of these outlets regarding all of these events or topic. I can say that we create a well-balanced data set because most part of these articles are from the Ukraine or Russian websites and less amount from the Al Jazeera or, for instance, BBC. And this data set is not well balanced regarding to event distribution, because most of articles were covered most of articles covered some topic like beginning of the war and nuclear terrorism, and less amount of articles were published due to thinking of Moscow ship and so on. Then we have to consider some unsupervised approach that includes semantic similarity, sentiment analysis, and propaganda detection. Firstly, we consider semantic similarity, and we based on some hypotheses that a semantic similarity coefficient between text of established outlet of countries involved in the war should be the smallest. And the second hypothesis was that if the news about the same event from different outlets are completely divergent, one of them is likely not trustworthy. And firstly, we consider all text from every of articles and achieve the result. Then semantic similarity coefficients were in the range from 91 to 99, but the lowest coefficients were for the website of the Russian and Ukraine. But the biggest result we achieved when we consider the text that was created by extracted only articles that included some special verbs for every of events regarding some specific this kind of events, and there we can see that the outlets of countries directly involved in the war have the smallest semantic similarity coefficient in almost all events. Next, our step was the applying sentiment analysis, but obviously that all of these articles, the most part of these articles were neutral because all of these articles are news articles, and generally that not include some positive or negative sentiment. And our last approach was propaganda detection. In that we based on the train set, train corpus from the SAM Eval 2020 task 11. That this corpus was annotated regarding some special psychological and linguistic technique that these techniques can inform us that this text, some features from propaganda detection. These features include some repetition, name calling or labeling, loaded language, and so on. However, we can see that all of articles include this kind of propaganda features and this kind of propaganda. And conclusion of our work is that calculating semantic similarity using additional knowledge provides strong evidence supporting our hypothesis that the semantic similarity coefficient between outlets from countries involved in the war is the lowest. Then we can speculate that the value of semantic similarity coefficient may be an additional metric for misinformation detection in the news articles. However, the sentiment analysis on may not provide informative result, and all sources content and propaganda percentages trained on political text with specific features. Our next step have to be too creative, some annotated corpus. We would like to annotate true false, to add true false annotation to our RUWA dataset and add some semantic event labeling. Thank you for your time. If you have question, you can ask me. Thank you.